there are great diplomats in Ramayana. Now everybody knows about Hanuman, but there was another monkey prince called Angad, or his mother Tara. Now each one of them in a way made a diplomatic contribution. Ramayana also contains the story of two sages, one of whom is entrenched, accepted, and one of whom is trying to prove himself. Every Ram requires a Laxman, that countries are better served if you have reliable friends and allies. I took the epic Ramayana and really, tried to make it contemporary. That if you look today at diplomats, that there are great diplomats in Ramayana. Now everybody knows about Hanuman, but there was another monkey prince called Angad, or his mother Tara. Now each one of them in a way made a diplomatic contribution. Or the idea of a rising power, that how does a rising power deal with an entrenched power? And Ramayana also contains the story of two sages, one of whom is entrenched, accepted, and one of whom is trying to prove himself. Or the idea of allies, of reliability. And in India, we actually use a twin term. We say Ram Laxman, that's his sibling, it's his half brother actually. And the idea that two brothers who are so close. So my point is that every Ram requires a Laxman, that countries are better served if you have reliable friends and allies who can temper you down when you need to be, who can strengthen you when you are down. The importance of alliance. Or the opposite, the power of suspicion, that a lot of the problems in the Ramayana arise from the suspicion that Ram's stepmother has and about her son's prospects. The idea of being tested, which again a rising power has to go through, and Ram himself is tested. Or the fact that coalition building, how difficult coalition building has to be. And that is something which Ram does, which is he actually makes an extra effort to bring in this case, for example, Angad, whose father he has just slain. But he has tried to build him into a coalition because he understands why a coalition is important. In fact, even the idea of regime change, that by intervening in a conflict between two monkey kings, Lord Ram actually induces regime change. The fact that countries have recurring threats, or the fact that some countries can actually build up other countries or other powers and sometimes regret it. And in this case, of course, Ram's father gave his wife two boons and never thinking that she would invoke it in the manner in which. So there's a lot out there. I felt the deeper I got into it, I felt actually that we sometimes tend to underestimate inherited wisdom. And certainly when we are thinking of a civilizational power, contemplating a civilizational power in the process of rise, contemplating a very unpredictable world out there, to me, actually, it seemed not that different from how Lord Ram would have looked at his times.